Hello, and my name is Geraldine Rencher, and I have been given the opportunity to share my testimony. And without further ado, let's get into it. For those of you that may be in situations where you are on the fence about whether or not to apply at different apartments, apply at different jobs, apply for credit and things like that, I want to let you know, do not be apprehensive, just trust God. I was in a situation back in 2001, 2002, where I had actually messed up with Wells Fargo Bank. Now that's a large bank, nationwide bank, and they actually froze all my accounts and sent me a letter saying that I would never be able to have an account with Wells Fargo ever again. And I took the letter. After I received the letter, they released the money, and so I could get all my money out of their bank. And I went ahead and opened an account in another bank. Well, this was when I was leaning on my own understanding, walking in my own way, not trusting God. In 2003, 2004, I changed. My life changed. I gave my life to Christ, and I started living according to God's precepts. And it's been wonderful. It hasn't been perfect, but it's been wonderful. But I just want to let you know to trust God no matter what. It was about 2012, 2013. I had a customer who wrote me a check. I was a barber, and I had a customer who wrote me a check, and I went to his bank to cash a check. Well, lo and behold, he banked at Wells Fargo. So I went in the bank to cash the check, and the first thing the teller asked me was, did I have an account there? And when I said no, I'm thinking that they won't let me cash the check unless I had an account, or they were going to charge me a fee. But her response was, well, we're running a special that you can open an account with just $5. And so I was like, I remembered the letter that they sent me. So I was trying to explain to her that I wouldn't be able to have an account with Wells Fargo without going into a lot of details. And she said, well, just have a seat over there. One of our personal bankers will be with you. And she wouldn't listen to me, so I said, okay, well, when they take me in their office or in their little cubicle, then I'll explain to them. So when I went in, the lady said, have a seat, because I wasn't even going to sit down, She said, have a seat. And I sat there, and she said, what's your Social Security number? And I gave her my Social Security number, and she said, and I'm trying to explain to her also about the letter. And so I said, well, she'll see it once she pulls the information up. So she put my Social Security number in. She says, oh, you've had an account with us before. And I was like, yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you. And she says, okay, well, great. How much would you like to deposit? And I'm like, wow. I remember the letter. I remember all of that. But God has a way of wiping the slate clean and giving us another chance. There was no information about my previous situation with Wells Fargo. Trust God. God took care of that. Broken leases, evictions, whatever you might have, bad credit, whatever, God has blessed me to be able to get a brand new car when my credit wasn't good. I didn't have a down payment. I didn't have a trade-in. They didn't even check my credit. We have to get to the point where we trust God no matter what. When you check I went ahead and opened the account with Wells Fargo. And when you look at my bank card, it says member since 1991. That's when I first got my account with them. So God wiped it clean as if it had never happened before. All of that stuff that I went through, it's like it never even happened. All that did was increase my faith. I walked out of the bank praising God. I praised God while I was in the bank. I was sitting there in that lady's office just saying, Lord, thank you, because I knew what God had done. I just want to give you all a word of encouragement. Walk according to God's precepts. If you're a tither and you give an offering, trust God, take him at his word, and see what he'll do for you. Because if he did it for me, he'll do it for you. Amen.